So this is a requested tutorial from one of our subscribers, so I decided to make it. This is not my size, that is why it's been displayed on the mannequin. So if you're interested in this tutorial, please keep on watching. To my return subscribers, I love you all, and if you're just seeing me for the first time, welcome to the family. Please do good by subscribing if you haven't, and turn on your notification bell so you would always be notified whenever we post beautiful tutorials like this. So this is a beautiful dress. It's an under bust a basque waistline dress. Okay, so keep on watching if you're interested. So first of all, we're going to be using the pattern paper to draft this. Then after, we'll transfer to fabric. So I'm going to draw my starting line, which we normally do on this channel. So after drawing my starting line, I'm going to get the vertical lines, which are my bust point, from my shoulder to my bust point, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waistline, shoulder to hip line, and shoulder to the full length. The full length of this dress is going to be 34 plus 1 inch for folding is going to be 35. I'm making it for my little daughter. Okay, so and the what's it called, the bust point is exposed, so I didn't want her to wear it. She couldn't find her half cut, like the half cut we normally wear, so that was why I displayed it on the mannequin. All right, so I'm going to mark the lines and label them: bust point, under bust, waistline, hip line, and the full length. So on the starting line, which is my shoulder line, I'm going to divide my shoulder by 2. After dividing my shoulder by 2, I'm going to add ½ inch to it. Okay, so then after that, I will come down by 1 inch shoulder slope. Then from that 1 inch shoulder slope, I'll get a armhole, which is 7.5, and I'm going to mark the lines. All right, I'll mark the line. Then after that, I'm going to draw a vertical line to meet up there and mark my armhole line. So there is serving as my chest line and my armhole line as well. So I'm going to take her neck depth, her neck width, which is 3. Then the neck depth is 1 inch below the bust point. If you watch that thumbnail, you're going to see it's not exactly at the it came down really well from the underbust, so 1 inch below the underbust. And you're going to give it like a curve, because I don't want that place to be too exposed. Use your curve to mark the v neckline. All right, so after that, I'm going to connect my shoulder slope. Then I'll take her bust point, her bust span, which is a nipple to nipple from her bust point. I'll take it. Her nipple to nipple is 3.5. Yeah, she's big. 3.5. I'll mark that all the way from the bust point down to the full length. I'm going to extend the line down to the full length. All right, so after that, I'm going to, on the waistline, I'll come up by half inch from on the waistline. So if your bust, come out by 1 inch. All right, then from the bust point, I came down by 1 inch, and I am going to connect the dart leg like so, the way you see me doing. Then I'll connect it straight down to 4 inches below the waistline. All right, so that's what I just did, 4 inches below the waistline. Now we have our dart leg. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to insert her body measurements, which is her bust divided by 4. Her bust divided by 4 is 8.5. I was just trying to calculate to get the correct measurement. So 8.5, and I will add the necessary allowance. I'll add 2 inch allowance. Okay, then her waist divided by 4, I think, was 7 inches. I'm going to replace the dart intake and add 2 inch seam allowance. On the hip, her hip divided by 4 is 11 inches. Yeah, then I'm going to add 2 inches seam allowance. Now I'm going to be connecting the lines like so. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do after connecting the line, just connect. Then from that, your hip line, connect straight down to the full length. The next thing I'm going to do now is to get the basque. This is the basque waistline. So from the waist, I'm going to mark it. Watch the way I'm connecting it. This is just freehand. Connect it to that leg down. All right, can you see that leg? So that's just it. All right, so that's where. Then from the under bust, that's from where our v-neck stop, that's where our false button is going to start from. Our cover button, because there's a false button in front. So I just marked that place, my v-neck, that 1 inch I came down by from the under bust. I just marked that line, because that line will be cut out. All right, it's going to be cut out. That line is serving as well under bust now, so we're going to be cutting, because there is joining on that under bust. All right, so I'm going to cut it out. That's what I just did now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is open up that v neckline, and I'll cut the rest of the patterns just like so. That's the way you see me doing. Then after this, we're going to be drafting for the back. All right, I'll get another pattern paper and we're going to be drafting for the back. So I'll be opening up that basque line. So you watch and see from that line, that nipple to nipple line I connected straight, you're going to cut it out just like so. All right, so I have my then the dart, you're going to blend it inside. If you want, you can blend your dart inside, but I won't be blending mine. All right, so sorry, I'll be blending mine. Sorry, what was I saying? You're going to blend your darts, all right, like covering it on paper. That's what I mean. That was what I meant. So this is the back. I'm going to mark the starting line, and I'll mark 1.5 inches for zipper allowance. I'll mark it all the way down. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to take the vertical point just the way I did for the front. You understand? So from the shoulder to the bust point, from the bust point to the from the shoulder to the underbust, from the shoulder to the waistline, from the shoulder to the hip line, and from the shoulder to the full length, which is 34 plus 1 inch, 35. All right, so now the back, I did not see the back of this dress, so I'm just creating my own back. All right, I did not get to see the back of the dress. All right, so I'm going to mark my bust points, under bust, waistline, and hip line with my full length. Then on the starting line, which is my shoulder line, I'm going to divide my shoulder by 2, my neck width 3, my neck depth 1 inch or 1.5. Then I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope on the shoulder measurement I took. Then from that shoulder slope, I'll get a armhole line, which is 7.5. I'll connect the line horizontally and vertically. Then I'm going to make an armhole curve just this way. All right, then I'll connect the shoulder slope to the neckline, and I'll curve my neckline just like so. I'll extend it to the zipper area. So I'll divide her bust span from the chest line now down all the way down to the full length. The same thing I did for the front, just the difference is that this one started from the chest line. Okay, so I'm going to connect the line straight the way you see me doing. Then on the waistline, I'm going to come out by half inch, just like so on the waistline, and I'll connect it to the 1 inch I came down by from the chest line. All right, then I'll come down by 4 inches and connect the dart into the way I did for the front exactly. Then after this, I'm going to be inserting her body measurement, which is her bust points, her bust round bust measurement divided by 4. I'll add 2 inch allowance. Our waist round waist divided by 4, replace the dart intake, add 2 inch seam allowance. Then hip line, I'll divide the hip line by 4. Her round hip, sorry, not hip line, round hip by 4, and I will add 2 inches for sewing allowance and ease, because it's not going to be tight on her. You know, she's a baby, not like a baby, she's 11. So I'll go ahead now and cut out after connecting the lines. All right, hope you guys understand. Now, if you've watched up to this extent and you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I beg you in the name of God, please quickly hit on the subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you could be notified whenever I post beautiful tutorials like this. So on the waistline, we're going to alter our waistline, which we normally do. I'll come out by ½ inch and I'll slant it all the way down and all the way up. All right, so this is going to prevent your zipper from bulging. Your zipper is going to be relaxed at the back with this. Okay, so that is it. I'll go ahead and cut that part out as well. Then after cutting out the part, I'll be bringing out that front basque waistline that we're going to be doing slash and spread on. I'll be bringing it so that I can trace it out from the front. I'll trace out the back. I'll use the front to trace out the back, so that it's going to have the same thing there. So this is it. So I'm trying to place it very well. Okay, so from there now, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. You can use something and hold it down so it doesn't shift. All right, so the reason why I'm doing this is we're going to be using both of them for the slash and spread, and it has to be the same. Okay, so I am done. Like I said, I did not see the back of this dress, so I am creating my own back. I don't know if that's making sense. I don't know if you understand. The only thing I saw for this, the person that requested this tutorial, was just the front, and I used the photo she sent. I went to the person's Instagram handle, I looked for the back, I did not see. So we are recreating our own back. So I'll be closing up that on my fabric when I cut it out. So I'll label this the back. So I'm going to keep the slash and spread in one side. Okay, I'll be keeping the 2 slash and spread. I want to open the dart leg for the front now. So I'm opening the dart leg for the front. So like I said, I did not see the back style of the back. So I'll be closing this on my fabric. Okay, so this is what I have. So I'll go ahead and cut on my fabric. I have my patterns here. I'll go ahead to cut on my fabric. Now I'm closing it on tape in case if you don't want to add that to yours. All right, so this is a baby. I don't know if I'm going to add that yet, so I'm just showing you in case you don't want to add that. You can close your that on paper, and that is it. Okay, so I have my complete my complete pattern here. I'll cut on my fabric. So I am done cutting for the fabric, and this is what I have. And I added just half inch all and all just to be on the safer side. So that's the back, and this is the front. All right, and as you can see, that is closed on paper. Is being closed on paper, yes. But if you're an adult, like you're a big girl, you want to make yours, make sure to sew your darts, like your side darts, which is that place I closed on paper. All right, so now for the slash and spread, we're going to be doing that much later. So this is the front. I've gone ahead to cut a facing for the upper front, just the upper front. I did not cut any facing for the down part. So I'll be turning a lining, is a full lining rather. Okay, so I'll be turning it. I'll sew every other part, leaving the down open. From the down, I'm going to be turning it. All right, I will not and turn to the right side. Hope you understand. And I've also cut a facing for the back as well, just a short facing for the back. So this is what I have now. I'm going to close the center because the center is open. I have to slit the side front because the center is open. That's the center front of the front because it's open. That's where our first button is going to be sitting. So this is the back. I'm going to have to cut a facing for the back as well. So what I'm going to do now is to close the dart at the back. I'll be closing the dart, stitching the darts at the back, also stitch there. Then I'll use my facing that I already cut. You all know how to cut your facing. I'll use my facing to turn the neckline. All right, so that is it. So I'll go ahead and do that and come back and show you what next to do. So the next thing we're going to do now is I'm done turning the lining, like you can see on the video. I'm done turning the lining for the upper part. So when you're going to overlap it a little, because it's kind of overlap. The one on the thumbnail, if you look at it, kind of overlap like a little. So carry one and place the underside. Use your pin to hold it down. Then if you watch closely, you're going to see that the upper part is wider than the down part. Now you're going to come in by your nipple to nipple. So you're going to come down by your nipple to nipple, like on the 2 sides. That's where you're going to pleat a little, so that it's going to merge with the down part. Just pleat it a little because it has a little pleat on it. All right. So I'm going to just take it to my sewing machine, and I'll do that. Now this is the back. This is the front. I've done the front. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is joining shoulder to shoulder. I've already turned I've done the neckline for the back. Now it's time to join in shoulder to shoulder. Now after joining shoulder to shoulder, I'm going to join the sleeve. It has a short sleeve. Okay, I'll be leaving the link on how to go about your sleeve down the description box. All right, I don't want this video to be too long, so after adding my sleeve, I'm going to join the sides. I'll join my sleeve and join the sides. All right, so I am done joining this side. Now it's time for the slash and spread. Okay, now this is the side. And you see I've added my sleeve. Depending on the length you want your sleeve to be, I've joined the sleeve, and the back is still stitched with loose stitch. So now you see that straight part, that's where you're going to join together. That straight part, you're going to join it together this way. I'll use my masking tape to hold it down. Do you understand? So I'll be using my masking tape to tape it down. The straight part, do not join the curve part, just the straight part. So this is it. I have it there. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to do my slash and spread. I'm going to be marking lines, and I'm going to be numbering them. Now if you watch this slash and spread, it has the basque line, that's the gathers on the waistline. It has 2 steps. I have numerous basque waistline tutorial on my channel, so I'll be leaving either 1 or 2 on the description box. Okay, so that you, even if you don't understand this, which I know you understand, you can watch some of them. After watching, you will understand. All right, it's the same thing with this one. The difference is that this one is two-step, the way you normally have your two-step pleating skirt or two-step pleating dress. This one is two-step. Okay, so after numbering my slash and spread, I have 9. Now I'm going to connect that straight line. Now why I'm connecting it and numbering it again, that one is going to be serving as the shorter part of the, it's a two-step gathers. So that one, this one is going to be serving as the shorter one. So I have to number it so I don't lose it. Okay, so now I'm going to get my fabric. I will be folding it into two. Now the folding is going to serve as the both side of the dress, the left and the right, the both side of the dress. Okay, so I'm going to fold it now, and I'll be cutting out the numbers on it. Do you understand? And I am going to apologize in advance if you're not seeing the full length like the rest of it. But after slashing and spread, you're going to be open, like after opening it up the way you see me doing right now, you are going to space it. Now the spacing totally depends on how gathered you want yours to be. Looking at this tutorial, you're going to see that we don't have too much gathers on it. So sorry you're not seeing at the extreme end. Okay, sorry you're not seeing it. That's why I said I'm going to be leaving a link on how to do the same dress. I have same thing, something similar to this on my channel. All right, so I'm going to be cutting this out. So I'll space this off camera very well. I'll space it off camera very well and cut out. All right, so this is it. I've gone ahead to cut it out, and this is what I have. And as you can see on the hem length, it's equal on the hem length. All right, it's equal on the hem length, and I've slitted that hem length open. And this is what I have. Now I'll fold it into two like this, and I'll be notching the center. All right, I'll fold it into two, and I'll be notching the center. Remember, the one is for one side, the other one is for the other side. Now the time to cut out the second slash and spread. Like I said, this is two-step. Okay, so I'm going to be bringing another fabric in case that red is not rhyming with the same red I used earlier. That's why I'm using my daughter's measurement for this, because I don't have enough fabric, so I had to use a baby's measurement for this. All right, a baby's size for this, for the sake of the tutorial. So in case the other red, because this particular red I want to use for this second part now is not the same red as the previous one, so I had to cut out this now so that I can have that shorter version of the slash and spread. Do you understand? Of the gather, sorry, shorter version of the gather. So this is it. This is what I have. I've spaced it already on the fabric, and I've gone ahead to cut it. Now I'm going to be opening the hem length as well. The hem length is equal. The hem length is equal, so I'm going to be slitting it open. Now I'm going to cut this out, and when cutting, I did not say it in the previous one I was cutting, make sure you add at least 1 inches allowance on the base, like the curve edge. Make sure you add 1 inch. You see the way I'm doing it, make sure you add 1 inch. Then the side, the hem length, sorry, you're going to slit it open. You're not adding any allowance there, sorry, just slit it open. Okay, so after slitting it open the way you see me doing, I'm going to, guys, I hope you're understanding, I'm going to fold it the way I did for the front, and I'll be notching the center. Now in total, what I have for the pleated basque waistline is 4. One side is going to be one longer, one shorter. The other side, one longer, one shorter. I hope you understand. Now I'll notch the center, and I have my fabric for my gathers. Okay, so now this is, you can see the red is not the same, so I'm just doing it for the sake of the tutorial. That's why I'm using my daughter's measurements for this. Okay, so this is it. I have it for now, and I've separated it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do now, I'm going to bring one of the long one and one of the short one. I'll place it together this way. Make sure the notch, that is why it has to be the same length. I did not mention that. Make sure like the wideness has to be the same. Okay, so I'll merge it, notch parts, match them touching the notch part, and I'm going to run a stitch on it. Okay, so you're going to also stitch the two sides. All right, then you flip it to sorry, you're going to be joining it on the side of the, what's it called, on the side of your dress. So I'm done doing that. I'm also going to do the same thing on the other one. This is just one side of it, one side of the gathers. like one side, let me just say the left side. I've not done the right side, so I'll do the same thing you see me doing now on the other side. All right, so I'm going to merge it now, that notched center part. I'll be opening this on that waistline. I'll merge it center to center, and I'm going to pleat it till you get to that straight part. Then that straight part is going to be where it's going to end. You see that straight part like this. All right, you can as well join the straight part first, then before pleating the rest, and I'll pleat it all the way to the back side. I'll do same thing for the other side as well, and we are done. Now I've added my zipper. All you're going to do now is just to make, I don't have I have the machine for the cover button, but I don't have the dies, so I'll make my cover button, and I'm going to be adding it in the center. I'll fold the full length, and I'm done. I've added the zipper already. I'll join my cover button. Like I said, I'll be leaving a link on how to cut your sleeve, all right, and also link on how to make this basque waistline. Is the same thing as this one, but the difference is just the two-step. Now that effect you have in front, you're going to just be bringing it up like this. You know, it has an effect up as if you stitched it outside on the right side. Now bring it up, and you're going to stitch it. All right, do a top stitch on it. Let me do it again at the back. Now this is it. Bring it up, be bringing it up like half inch up, pleat it half inch up. I don't know if you understand. Then you're going to run a top stitch on it round. You're also going to do the same thing at the back, all right, and the other side, and we are done. And I hope you find this tutorial helpful. I hope you find it medicating. Please, if you do, please give it a thumbs up. Can you see I've done it? You're seeing how it's looking. Give it a thumbs up, share my video, and leave a nice comment. And if you haven't subscribed, hit on the subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post beautiful tutorials like this. Now you're going to add your cover button down. I've added my zipper, everything, and we've come to the end of the tutorial. Bye.